Welcome to the Monday edition of Tech Stocks Daily, where we dive into this week's tech giants and rising stars from the world of NASDAQ's finest. Today, we unravel Apple's intriguing financial moves and upcoming AI innovations that promise to jazz up your Macs and more. Then we'll ride the high tide with Arista Networks, a stock soaring to impressive yearly highs amidst rising market momentum, raising eyebrows and investor interest alike. Finally, we'll venture into sustainable tech with Kornit Digital as they gear up to unveil their latest financial results, highlighting what might just be the future of eco-friendly fashion. Get ready for a fresh slice of market insights that'll keep you ahead of the tech stock game. Let's dive into the world of Apple, because today we've got a mountain of updates that even the folks at Mount Everest might envy. Grab your AirPods, settle in with your MacBook, and let's get into why Apple is buzzing in the tech headlines today. Right off the bat, Apple's navigated its way into the spotlight with some insightful comparisons in the sector of technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals. Think of Apple as the star student who's always winning awards. Except today, we're really dissecting why. In a detailed analysis, it came out that Apple's stock has some interesting numbers in terms of valuation metrics like the price to earnings, price to book, and price to sales ratios. In simpler terms, the numbers are like in-laws at dinner, telling you more than you'd care to know, but crucial for future planning. Here's the scoop. Apple's PE ratio is below the industry average, hinting at potential growth at a fair price. A great bargain, much like finding a discounted iPhone on Black Friday. However, its PB and PS ratios suggest Apple is trading at a higher multiple compared to its peers. It's like showing up at a costume party dressed as Steve Jobs when everyone's decided to be Mark Zuckerberg. But drumroll please. Apple's EBITDA, gross profit, and return on equity are dancing significantly above average, signaling strong profitability. But hold your horses. Revenue growth is noticeably slower than others in the industry. It's like having the brains of a Rhodes Scholar, but tripping out the gate during track and field. Shifting gears slightly, Apple's AI initiatives are causing quite the hullabaloo. The upcoming macOS 15.4 promises to level up the Mail app by delivering AI tools previously exclusive to iPads and iPhones. Mac users can finally stop wading through an avalanche of emails. They'll be sorted into categories that even Marie Kondo would be proud of. But like any software project, not all has been smooth sailing. Apple's pausing its notification summaries due to some glitches, basically tossing out yesterday's bagel that was overwhelming their cutting-edge cream cheese AI models. And if that's not enough apple pie for today, there's been chatter about a massive investment stateside, as discussed between Apple CEO Tim Cook and former President-elect Donald Trump. With aspirations to streamline regulatory processes for enormous corporate investments, Apple's all set to dance to the economic jazz being played in the United States. Oh, and just so we end on a crisp note, Apple's valuation dabbled near the mind-boggling $4 trillion mark. Talk about a cherry on top. So there you have it. Apple's mixing tech innovation with strategic business moves, like a game of chess where the pieces are iPads and iPhones. And just like that, Apple stays the tech world's favorite model. Always on a magazine cover, but with exciting new features inside. All right, tech enthusiasts, gather round. Have you ever heard about a tech company that's hitting both the high notes and the right chords in the stock market? Well, today's headline stealer is Arista Networks, and it's really giving us something to talk about. First things first, Arista Networks has caught the spotlight for becoming a strong momentum stock that investors are eyeing eagerly. The company has been making waves with its impressive performance, earning the momentum style score of B, courtesy of the gurus over at Zacks. Now, if you're scratching your head wondering what the Zacks momentum style score is, think of it as the report card that reflects how chic and promising a stock's recent price activity is. The magic recipe for Arista Networks has been its solid gains over time. Over the last week, its shares have climbed a nifty 4.91%, quite the star compared to its wider industry. But hold your applause. Cranking it up a few notches, Arista has soared 21.75% over the past quarter and an astonishing 82.08% over the entire year. Talk about raising the roof compared to the tame S&P 500 in the same time frame. Investors would tell you to keep your eye on trading volume like a hawk, as it speaks volumes about market interest. Arista is currently churning through an impressive 4.37 million shares on average over the last 20 days. Analysts drool over such metrics because when a rising stock is coupled with hefty trading volume, it flashes a big green go signal on Wall Street. But what's really giving Arista Networks the golden pass? It's also the exciting anticipation of earnings. Recently, estimates were moved to higher ground, indicating rosier expectations. Once stuck at $2.17, the earnings estimate danced up to $2.20 in the last 60 days, highlighting an upward trend that tweaks investors' nose for profits. Now let's switch the track to the juicy tidbit. Arista hit a 52-week high at $120.98, sparking discussions on whether its marathon of gains can keep on rolling. What makes this a hot topic isn't just the soaring stock price. It's the fact Arista hasn't missed a single earnings estimate over the last 4 quarters. With expectations of continued growth on earnings and revenue, investors can't help but wonder if the encore performance will be as grand next year. Let's sprinkle some caution, though. Value metrics like the scary number, that's 49.5 times its current fiscal year EPS, suggests it might be riding a wave that's a bit too high. But again, with a Zacks rank of 2, Arista Networks is ticking all the right boxes for gaining more ground. So in tech lingo terms, keep your RSS feeds open and notifications speedy. Arista Networks is one stock that still shines with promise, riding high yet with its ear to the ground. Keep those virtual eyes peeled, folks. All right, tech aficionados, today we're diving into the vibrant world of digital fashion with a spotlight on Kornit Digital. If you're wondering why this name is buzzing around, it's because Kornit just announced its schedule for releasing their financial results for the fourth quarter and full year of 2024. The big date to circle on your calendars is February 12th, 2025. They'll be providing insights into how the company did financially through a webcast that you won't want to miss, especially if fashion tech is your jam. The webcast is not just any corporate hoopla. It's a chance for investors, analysts, and anyone keen on the digital transformation of textiles to get a deep dive into Kornit's performance and strategy. They'll be holding this earnings call at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If you've already got your morning already jam-packed, don't fret. Kornit is savvy enough to offer a replay through their site, ensuring everyone can catch up on important details even after the fact. But why should you care about Kornit Digital? Simply put, they are leading the charge in sustainable on-demand digital fashion and textile production technology. From digital printing systems to inks and software, Kornit is providing end-to-end solutions that cut through the fashion industry like a cute pair of straight-edge scissors, minus the pointy danger, of course. With over 100 countries rocking their tech, Kornit is all about innovating how garments are made and fulfilling the growing desire for eco-friendly solutions. Interestingly, Kornit's operations span globally, with headquarters in Israel and offices in the USA, Europe, and Asia Pacific. This global footprint not only affirms their pioneering status, but also ensures they can cater to a sprawling clientele. By aiming to transform what we wear and how quickly we get it, they contribute significantly to reducing waste in fashion, which, if you haven't heard, is a major issue in today's fast fashion world. Here's where you, our wonderful viewers, come into play. What's your take on the future of fashion technology and sustainability? Do you think these developments will redefine how we shop and consume fashion? Or are there other challenges you see looming on the horizon for companies like Kornit Digital? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so don't hold back. Drop a comment below, and let's get the conversation started. Also, if you've had personal experiences with Kornit's products or know stories from their users, share what you've heard. Engaging here helps enrich our tech community and brings fresh perspectives and discussions. Let the Fashion Tech Geek Out session begin. All right, tech-savvy followers, let's zero in on Arista Networks. If we're treating Arista like one of those trendy, hard-to-get sneakers you've been eyeing, here's my take. I'd say it's a hold right now. Here's why. Arista Networks has been showing a stellar performance, ramping up the momentum with impressive gains over various timeframes, weekly, quarterly, and annually. The numbers could make some day traders salivate faster than when the new gaming console drops. They're consistently notching up earnings estimates and haven't missed them for the last 4 quarters. Plus, the idea that they're keeping the analysts on their toes with a Zacks rank of 2 suggests there's still a hot item on the tech catwalk. But why not buy? Well, we're looking at a valuation that's already over-caffeinated. At 49.5 times its EPS, the stock could be sipping too much optimism latte right now. It's strutting near a 52-week high, and while this signifies achievement, it can also indicate that it's peak pricing, akin to there's no room left in the cart for you at a shopping spree. In summary, Arista is like a train in momentum, a show worth staying on, but let's avoid dialing up our stakes until we see if those revenue and earnings anticipated in the coming periods shake out as brilliantly as analysts hope. And a little disclaimer, this quick takeaway isn't a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's factory of stock market riches. Definitely do your own homework. Dive into financial reports, listen to expert assessments, and gauge your risk appetite before making any investment decision. Our tech universe is vast, and your choices should align with your galaxies of interest and financial strategy. Keep reading, researching, and rethinking. After all, your investment journey is the ultimate boss-level challenge in your tech-packed adventure. Today's tech market has been like a roller coaster ride, packed with innovation, momentum, and strategic moves. Apple continues to flex its muscles with robust financial metrics and AI-driven advances, despite a bit of a hiccup in revenue growth. It's the kind of company that manages to stay dazzlingly valuable. Meanwhile, Arista Networks is the high flyer today with impressive stock gains and an adorable record of performance, navigating the market metrics beautifully, even as it raises questions about valuation. Lastly, Kornit Digital is roaring excitement about its upcoming financial insights, standing bold in the world of sustainable fashion tech. All right, if you enjoyed hanging out in the world of tech with me today, don't forget to give a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share this video with your fellow tech enthusiasts. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for another round of tech-taining updates. Stay savvy, stay curious, and don't miss out on tomorrow's chapter of the tech saga.